Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Pete. You're watching PJ Cooper the Model Builder, and we're doing a little bit of kit in this case, and we've got a big metal plate that we're putting together with what we've already built by for the moment, which is the front axle and steering column, as you can see right there. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Maybe I'm doing this just by pack, as each pack has their own magazine. This means I've got some not a lot I'll be done quite quickly, but we'll be doing it thoroughly so I can show you the right thing where to do. And let's start straight away with stage number 11. Okay, a quick walk through the magazine. As you see, number 11, Edmund Mulhare. A little bit of biographical data for this person in the magazine and what he's done. Well, the only place I know this gentleman is in Kit. As you can see right here, Kit stage 11, and we've got the chassis center section and the center section cover, brake line guides and the fuel filter. And we'll be putting that all together and then onto the front axle assembly. And that is that. A little bit more about Devon Miles, the character, and that is that. Okay, let's start this build. Okay, first stage is to get that center chassis plate out and put that cover on, and it goes from this side. Now it's supposed to go in that way. There we go. And then we're going to put two GMs from the top in. We're going to turn it around, and firstly I need to look at that next picture because it's pretty darn invisible to see. So there's one there and there's one there. Let's do it this way so we know. Right there, and it will go like so, and we'll be putting in a GM again. So we've got one right here and we're putting one right there, and still a GM screw to put in. And I think this one is slightly easier because we've got a little bit more room to play with. There we go. And then we're going to this side, right here. We've got two holes, a screw hole and a pin hole. And we've got the pin here and the screw hole is on the other side. And there's a BP screw going in from the other side. As you can see right there. Now we're getting this one in, and we're holding it like so, and this one like so. Yep. No, it's like so. So we're keeping it like so, and we're putting this one over. And we've got two screw holes here, and they are going in with EMs. And let's see, and two more EMs right there. And we've got it all together like so. It's a pity that that second wheel isn't done. We haven't have that in, but this is EM, B, and these are the different ones, but this is what it looks like. This is number 12, as you can see right there. Just by the bill, a lot of stuff about the series again and the car. I'm sorry, but it does not. Well, parts list, as you can see right here, 4 parts and a few screws and some very tiny little things. But this is the left wheel arch and everything that we're putting together. I think there's a battery in there as well and a battery base. We're going to put the whole thing together in this stage. Okay, we've got these parts to, let me just turn that one back on. We've got these parts to put everything together. We're starting on this side with that one, and this is marked L, and this is how you want it orientated, and we want AMs on the other side. Then that one's done. We're going to stage the next stage, which is putting those two together, then putting this one in like so over that point, and then screwing in a CP, which I will drop in there like so, because it's a P screw which is into Plastico. Plastico Fantastico. And I'll probably do some mods on this, but I'm not quite sure. And we're going to put those two little things onto the battery as well, in there like so. You cannot put it in any way because it's a D-shaped pattern, but that is that, and that is stage number 12 done as well. As you can see, the parts lists for the left front shock absorber, a spring, a windshield washer fluid tank, windshield washer fluid tank button, and so on. So we're going on with what we already have here. Okay, this is 13, and we're going on with 13. We're keeping this one here, and we're putting it on like so, and we're putting 3 GMs. There we go, that's in. 3 GMs. Then we're going with this metal thing. There's a shape there, so we can put this in, and we're going to put a in there. So we're putting this plate on like so, and then this one over it, and the CP. Yep, I'm a bit unhappy with this one because I couldn't tighten it, and then all of a sudden I lost thread, and it's in quite loose now, but there's super glue in there, so maybe that will help. And meaning that I will not go on. I will leave it to be and finish when that glue is dried. Like so, there, that's there. Then the spring will go on like so, and then it will go onto the chassis. Maybe this will work. Maybe. This is left, isn't it? And it went on quite easily. We're putting a few EMs in there. One, and there 2 EMs. And the last one we will put in there, which is a GM. that's this stage done. And as we're going on, might as well do the last stage as well. With that, this build is done. Thank you very much for joining us. As you can see, these are the parts that we put together. There's one little tip that I have to give you, and that is when you're putting the wheel arch on the left hand side, and you'll have the same thing on the right hand side. There's I'll show you on this side. There's a pin, a locating pin here, and a screw hole there, and on this side, which you do not see. Make sure that the locating pin is orientated properly. Screw in that, but making sure that the spring is properly aligned with what's underneath. Have a good look at the build guide, and I'll show you a picture of that right now. You see that, and then it's properly in. Then you can screw that one in and that one in. So start with the locating pin, then that screw hole, then that one, and at last that one. That one. And then that whole chassis is done properly and will come together neatly with that spring in the right position. With that, there's no more to do with this pack 4. But I do hope that you will join me for pack 5 or any of my other builds in the future. And thank you very much for joining us again. Thank you very much for sticking out all the way to the end. Thank you to my subscribers, all of them, the new ones and the old ones. I've crossed the 190 and I would love to cross the 200 subscribers. So I would love to cross over to more than 200. That would be really nice. So please like, subscribe and pass it on, and do join me next time for any of my other builds. Thank you very much. Bye bye.